www.craftkhalise.com. So great to see you guys. Today we're going to be creating a floral wreath using a foam base, which these are super easy to work with, and I think you'll find a whole new medium you'd like to play with. So come on in and enjoy the video with us. Wherever you're watching us, please like and subscribe and follow us so we can spread some more floral love on you. And don't forget, you can also sign up for our text list. Just text the word live to 832-734-5201. And guys, today's palette is this beautiful, luscious purple. And we're going to mix in this ribbon that has purple and pink. It's just glorious. And we're going to let the purple be the star of the show on this one. So let's get going. And when you're working with the foam wreath base, the main thing you want to remember is because it's made of foam, you never want to create like a weak point in it with too many insertions where you kind of make a line, and that would create a weakness. So as we create, you're going to see we spread out the pokies that we put in. But this one is completely covered in an artificial turf type moss material, so it looks really real. It's a lot of fun. So to begin with this project, I'm going to talk about our supplies we're going to be using. We're going to use one of the premium ribbons here with the gorgeous color palette I talked about. It's 4 inches wide, which is going to be beautiful. And we're going to use less is more with that. We are using our dried look florals. And don't forget, we will text out the supply list also. So just text us the word supply list or live if you're brand new, and we'll send you the supply list for this project. These are dried looks. So they have these curly looking edges to them, which are gorgeous. We're going to use those. Then for our greenery, we're using our artificial mint, which is a super cute bush. It is a pusher, so I can manipulate it up or down. Petite leaves, so that's going to work really well with this structure of this design. And we are going to use 2 of the floral bushes that are tulips and the beautiful dark purple. So gorgeous, gorgeous, easy peasy. So we're going to get started. Now, what I prefer to do first is get the hanger on, because that's a little tricky. It's still easy, but I want to talk about how we're going to do it. So I like a ribbon hanger on these wreaths because of this gorgeous, beautiful green background. They just pop. Let me show you. This is our hanger, so think top of the wreath up here. And the way we're going to make it a little bit different is we are not going to worry about having a whole bow at the top. We're just going to have a cute little cluster at the top of ribbon that kind of pops up at the top. Okay? So what I'm going to do is, this is probably about 8 inches. I'm going to cut like a little 8-inch tail here. And we've looped it around our ribbon. Now, if you prefer the reversible side, you can show that side. It's totally up to you. Now, once I've done that, I'm going to take and create like a little gathering up here. Okay? So it's literally just a little gather. And we'll be tying it and embellishing that in a moment. But I'm going to take and put a little cable tie on it. This is an 8-inch cable tie. And we're going to just put a little pressure on there. You guys, if it's your first time watching, make sure you say hello for sure. And don't be a stranger, of course. We've got the greatest community. Of course, we have our design school students always coming and supporting us on the videos. But if you're new and you don't even know what we're talking about, you're brand new, welcome, welcome. Just don't be a stranger. We'll teach you everything you need to know about floral designing with artificial flowers. I hope I'm your go-to wreath teacher because I'm here to help you. So this is gathered just a little bit, not a lot of pressure, because I'm going to put the real hanger. This is the showy, pretty hanger, but no, the real hanger is going to be on the back. So I'm going to grab a little bit of 18 gauge wire right here, and we're going to use this right here on the back, okay? And I'm going to just gather it like a loop in the center right here, okay? And slide this underneath. Okay, so no one sees all this. It's hidden behind the ribbon. Are you seeing that? There, it's going right in. Okay? So the actual hanger loop part occurs right here behind the ribbon. Okay? Can you see it there? Now these, we need to tuck in underneath. I'm going to take and twist it under so you don't see a whole lot going on. Okay? Now, you do need floral pins when you're working with these wreaths. They're like little U-pins. And these aren't terribly deep, so you're going to go from the side. So I'm going to take and just pin this in from the side and get that behind the ribbon so it's all hidden. And pin the other side in. Okay? So these are going to hold those wires in, and they're going to take the weight of the wreath. I'm going at an angle. And the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take and bend these wires up. so they can't pull out, okay? Now push that down so that goes over that hot glue. I'm going to reach under there and do this one. So I just kind of made two little U shapes like this. They're hidden under the ribbon. Beautiful. That's our hanger, okay? Pull this back down. You will not see any of that from the front. We're good to go now to tighten this. Nice and tight and neat. Trim that off. Now, you can use, just like we would on a bow, I'm just going to use a little strip of ribbon to cover the top right there. And I've got this piece already cut. If you've never seen our Bow Wednesday videos, I teach you how to do bows on Wednesdays. I'm also going to tie a bow for this, so hang tight. But we usually use a little bit of ribbon to cover the center of our bow. We're going to do the same thing here. I think it would be fun to use the contrasting part, the back of the ribbon on that. So I'm going to take this and just fold it on itself. It's really easy. And I make a nice little neat strip with the seam to the back, okay? This is good ribbon, so it's a little bit ornery, but that's okay. I'll boss it around. Okay, you see it? There's my little strip. And I'm going to use that to cover the mechanics over here on the front. Okay, so I'm going to take that and just tie a little knot. Let me flip it around. Got to clean up that just a little tighter. And then I'm going to tuck that little bit of a nub right here behind this. And these tails are going to go up and down just like that, and we'll trim them where they're hidden. KDS Blue Merinos, y'all know, if you're in design school, I'm very particular about mechanic showing. So you see how neat this is back here? Super neat and clean. That only has one knot, so you're going to see me tack just a little bit of glue underneath just to make sure I've got a little backup plan in case that knot slips on me, okay? Y'all, if you're new, this is an electric skillet. It's actually used for cooking. We use it for hot glue, okay? All right. These wreaths shed just a little bit. After you give them a little shake, they'll be good to go. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now, up here at the top, I'm just going to take and curl over the edge. So I get a really cute little finished look. And then I don't have any fraying to worry about. And the top of that is good to go. And this is the cute hanger. So when this is hanging on somebody's door, it's hanging right here. And all of that is beautifully finished, okay? So that's the tricky part of the hanger. Now we're ready to design our actual wreath part. And this is where the fun starts to happen. It's going to come down pretty quick, guys. On Simple Saturdays, I like to get our projects done in under 30 minutes. So let's see if we can stick with that today. So the star of our show is these tulip bushes on the edges here. So you can see I'm taking these and I'm going to rotate the leaves forward. I prefer not to show mechanics or the backs of leaves. So I am laying the cluster like this. So instead of looking beautiful from the top, it looks beautiful from the side, okay? And I'm not going to worry about even cutting these. We're going to be laying these out kind of just like that, okay? Everybody can do that. One on the right, one on the left. My center bow is going to be right here. So I want those equally on each side. Okay, you got it? I need some thumbs up or a little bit of love, y'all, to know you got it. All right, now we're going to come in with our floral pins. I love these kind of wreaths. These are just so fun. I'm going to grab this right here at that intersection so it can't be pulled out. Okay, so now if somebody pulls it this way, it can't come out. We're safe. Now I'm going to put one on the other side. We're going to do that on both sides. These floral foam bases are just so wonderful to work with, and it can make you a wreathed star quickly and easily, and just give you a whole different, really clean look. I'm doing the same thing on both sides, okay? So right now I'm securing these so they will not be able to be pulled out once they're in like this, okay? And I'm going at an angle with all those. Now I'm going to put some right over the actual stems, okay? Just kind of like a little backup plan. I'm going to put one here, and you see I'm going at an angle. Yeah, that's so easy. You got it. You're right. Oh my gosh, y'all. I know you're going to have fun with this one. Okay, that part's in. You got it? Rock and roll. Next step is we are going to take and I think we'll make our bow first, because then we're going to tuck in around the bow with all the gorgeous dried roses. So let's get in here and we're going to make a simple bow. We are going to use our easy bow maker like we do on Wednesday. So let me bring her over. All right, there she is, ready to roll. Same ribbon, I'm holding that little piece for the center. This is a simple, simple bow. We're going to do a 7-inch tail. So I'm going to take and just curl that backwards because we're showing the back of the ribbon, which I think is adorable. 7 inches. We're going to scrunch that up right here to the center. And that tail's just going to go down like that. Then I'm going to twist this now that it's scrunched, okay? And I'm going to go about 5.5. I don't need as large a bow that I normally would make for another wreath because this is kind of a, let's go 6. We'll go 6. This is a smaller design. 6 and I twist. So if you're a normal Bow Wednesday watcher, let me know down in the comments for sure. If you're catching this later on the replay, give us a hashtag replay. We'd love to get to know our community. Okay, and 7-inch tail over here. I'm going to cut it just a little bit longer. So this is actually a very simple bow of a 1 loop on each side, guys. Take and curve it under, curve it under. Okay, easy peasy. Oh my gosh, that's easy. And so that makes it a lot less scary to use fancy ribbon when we just use it a little. Okay, and we can get several projects out of one of these gorgeous ribbons. And if you haven't played with 4-inch, this is the time to give it a try. There's so many gorgeous ribbons coming out on the market. You got to play with them. So I'm going to rotate this to the back. Now, before I tighten up that cable tie, I have to manipulate my loops. So see there we have a tail up and a tail down. Okay, easy. We got a loop on each side. Okay, and normally we would put a cable tie in the back, but this is going to be pushed into our foam. So we're going to add a floral pin. So I'm going to put that under there, and then I can get it really tight. It's a little cumbersome, but just fight it under there. Trim that off. You know, if they start making cool glitter cable ties, we could just don't even have to hide them. I'm going to have to talk to the cable tie manufacturer, see if we can get some. Tell them we need glitter. All right, I'm going to use the contrasting ribbon for the center as also, so y'all can always play with that if you have reversible ribbon. And I like the idea of letting that seam run right down the middle. So we'll let that's the edge trim of the ribbon. I'm going to let it show. Now you got to work it between that pin, guys. All right, Blue Merinos, work it between, and now we need a knot back here. With fancier ribbons, sometimes it's hard to get 2 knots in the back, so it's okay to go with 1. Just use that glue trick. I'm going to trim this side and this side off. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to tuck in there just a little bit of glue for my backup. Just on that right next to that knot. That's just kind of like the backup plan. All right, we spoke about it earlier. We're going to go ahead and push this into the center. Before we do that, let's decide how we want the bow. Oh my gosh. Y'all, like you could not put other stuff if you wanted and just hide your mechanics a little bit better with this. Ooh, mama. So there it is with the bow kind of cattywampus. If you want to make a traditional bow with those tails coming down, you could too. I like it this way, I think, sideways. You have control over your ultimate design. That's one of the best things about floral design. You get to play how you want to play. I'm going right here in the middle. I'm going sideways. And I'm going to gently push that under into there. Oh my gosh. Get it twisted a little bit. Oh, I love that. I love that. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, next step is to grab those roses. Those are coming in next. We're going to be tucking these tight up to this bow. So take these and just kind of pull those tails up for a second, because we're going to make them work for their position. Alrighty. So on this push, I'm going to push them right up. Push those leaves up to the top, right under the flowers. And it just depends on your project if you do that with your florals. But in this particular design, we are having these guys tight to the design. So I'm cutting about a 2 to 3 inch stem on them. And we're going to just take them all off the bush. We're going to go to town and have a party with this one. Push you up a little bit more, buddy. Okay. Now, sort it out. It's always good to sort your smaller flowers and your larger heads when you get your bush broken down. so I know what I got going on. Look here, I've got 4 of the main roses. Alrighty, so we're going to have a couple per side. So let's get the party started with this one. I'm going to take a rose and a filler, and we're going to use them kind of together. So a rose going in here. Love that one. Oh, so pretty. And a rose going over here. Just pushing that in. Watch your glue strings, okay? Now let's take a filler flower, and I'm going to tuck that right next to it. So these are pushing right into the wreath. You are going to need glue. You can't just do it with just the stem. That will eventually come out. So pop a little glue on it. Just going to pop some on the left, some on the right. I am trying to cover up my mechanics from underneath. Oops. Push it in. Go in, buddy. There you go. You can feel it go in. Tuck that in nice and tight. Ooh, that's cute. I love that. Okay, let's work up a little bit into the tulips. I'm going to go underneath and come a little bit tighter right here. There. And I'm going to add another filler flower right below it. So now you can't really see any of my mechanics. If necessary, you could have taken and covered those in moss too. That looks good over there. Now we're going to do the same thing over here. 1 rose higher coming up into the tulips. Give that head a bend too. You want it to look up. Spread apart the tulips. A little bit lower on this one. I love that. I love this ribbon flowing through there. Oof. And you see, you kind of get that line running down the center. That's real important on wreaths, that you put a hanger that's ribbon. You don't want to fight the design. Okay, I'm going to tuck this one over here. And then our final touch after all of these are in is we're going to add just a little pop of greenery in to soften that. And I'm going to give these tulips a little move up. I like that shape. How about we come over into here? Just have this one come out just a little bit more. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, let's grab our little bit of greenery. And we don't need a ton. We're going to use this to just soften up around the bow. So I'm going to take a couple pieces to start with. These are also a pusher bush, so if you want them smaller or longer, you can do either way. I'm going to take this one and we're going to come right below the bow right here. Just tuck that in. And you can just feel it push into the greenery of the base. I'm going to take this one and kind of come in over here on the other side. So we're just adding a little more texture of greenery. I'm going to cut a couple more. If you're not sure how long you're going to need them, just cut them a little bit longer, and you can always come back and, you know, neaten it up and cut it shorter as necessary. Because once you get into here where you're working around other flowers, you're going to need a little more length on that stem. Oh, yes. Look at that. So I've got those. Let's have another one on this side, kind of coming up. So this is a very non-traditional wreath, but super easy to make. And I love the addition of the pop of the beautiful ribbon in the hanger. Let's put this one on. Y'all, I think we're going to make it under our 30-minute time limit. Just pull that up, and I like that compacted look where everything looks like it's built in. What do you think? Are you ready to make your own? Oh my gosh, y'all. So beautiful. So juicy. I can't wait to see yours next time. Make sure you share it with us anytime we have a share post here on our Facebook page. Or we would love for you to text us your latest projects you're working on. That is even better because I can see what you're making. Y'all, come join us on the text list. 832-734-5201. Text me your latest project. I can't see what you're up to. And we will be texting out the supply list for this project. All right, Bloomerinos. See you next time.